It's my birthday! Hi everyone, it's Jade from Boho Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a try a chapter tag. I have two books that have been on my TBR for ages now. Both are highly anticipated reads, and so I decided to just kind of treat myself and buy both of them. I am super excited for both and I don't know which to start with, so I thought it would be the perfect time to do a try chapter tag. As I head to Greece, I need to choose which one to bring with me. So the options are The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz or Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. They both sound so good. So Lisa Unger's one would obviously be a lot easier to travel with as it's smaller, paperback, lighter. And this is about three couples that rent this like secluded luxury cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway to die for. It says, what could be more restful, more restorative than a weekend getaway with family and friends, especially in an isolated luxury cabin in the woods, complete with spectacular views, a hot tub and a personal chef. The reviews are stellar, but a deadly storm is brewing. The owner seems just a little too present. The chef reveals that the beautiful house has a spine-tingling history, and the guests have their own complicated pasts with secrets that run blood deep. The perfect weekend is about to turn into a nightmare. Honestly, when I heard about this book, I was like, this sounds right up my street. Plus, it's been ages since I have read a good thriller, or any thriller for that matter. I've been so invested in historical fiction that thrillers have just kind of taken a back seat. But I decided when I go to Greece for our baby moon, it would just be nice to put historical fiction aside for a little bit, not because I've had enough of it or anything, but they are really chunky books, the Alison Weir books that I'm busy with, and I just feel like packing something lighter that I can just kind of fly through while I'm just relaxing with my bump, just by the poolside with mocktails in hand would be just the perfect thing. So the other option is The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz, and this one is all about 5 attendees that are selected for a month-long writing retreat at the remote estate of Rosa Vallo, the controversial high priestess of feminist horror. Alex, a struggling writer, is thrilled. Upon arrival, they discover they must complete an entire novel from scratch, and the best one will receive a 7-figure publishing deal. Alex's long extinguished dream now seems within reach, but then the women begin to die. Trapped, terrified, yet still desperately writing, it is clear that there is more than a publishing deal at stake at Blackbriar Estate. Alex must confront her own demons and finish her novel to save herself. So we're going to start the first chapters of both of those books and decide which one is going to be the lucky pick to come to Greece with me so that we can enjoy our baby moon. Look at that. It has rounded out so much now. I'm just so excited for a full week away, and yeah, it's kind of like a combination of it being my birthday, and it's going to be the oddest birthday, probably the first one since I've been able to like have a glass of wine that obviously I won't be drinking. There will be mocktails obviously, and just a week of sun, pool, swimming, relaxation. Oh, it just sounds like such bliss. I've also just booked in my maternity leave, which starts in July, all going smoothly, and if, fingers crossed, baby stays put until his due date. So yeah, things are really kind of ramping up around here now. Everything's getting very like close to the time of baby being born, and things are happening. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I continue to be really nervous about the birth. I've started to think more and more about it, and initially I was thinking maybe pethidine would be my drug of choice. I'm being very realistic in the fact that I am probably definitely going to have pain relief, because I just don't handle pain or panic well at all. So pethidine was the one that was recommended to me. But then I started reading this book, What to Expect When You're Expecting by Heidi Murkoff, which I'm almost finished now. I think I've been reading ahead, so I've read like up until the 9th month, and now it goes into labour and delivery. So I've been reading that, and pethidine it does sound okay, but to be honest, an epidural for me just sounds probably like the way to go. Perhaps, you know, with pregnancies that follow, when we give this little guy brothers and sisters, I'd be a bit more willing to try alternative routes or different pain relief and more interesting things like hypnobirthing or water birth, which is something I really wanted to look into. But you can't do an epidural if you have a water birth. And just with the first one, as I don't really know what I'm going to be expecting and the pain just sounds honestly horrific, I feel like I just prefer an epidural for the first time round. And yeah, obviously not straight away, but I am definitely hoping that this little guy is going to have a few little brothers and sisters running around there before we decide our family is complete. So yeah, epidural probably. I am sad about the water birth thing not being really an option, because I did think that water birth would really just calm me down. But other than that, there's not much else to update you with. I think that, to be honest, I've got another scan coming up in June, which is to check where my placenta is now lying, as it has been low lying and in the way of where baby needs to come out. They've said, like, don't worry, chances are it will move, but you know, they've given a few certain restrictions on some stuff because of it being so low lying, so that's not been great. But I feel like perhaps it's moved now, because the movement used to all be down here, and now, I mean, last night he was kicking or wiggling his hands up here a little bit more, so I feel like maybe it's moved up, but that remains a mystery until our next scan. Obviously I'm really lucky that we do get more scans, because I love to just have a look at him and make sure he's okay. The midwife appointment I had, the first one where she like measured my bump, which the other day was measuring at 28 centimeters exactly. Everything is just absolutely amazing. He's growing up a storm and we just love him so much. He is already so loved. His little cupboard is getting filled with things, clothes, toys, books, obviously lots of books. So yeah, everything is good, and for now Mama is just gonna look forward to a week of relaxing in Greece with one of these books. So let's dive in, shall we? Which one should we try first? Let's try the writing retreat first. Okay, so I've just finished chapter 1, and I have to say it's a slow start. It's about this girl and one of her guy friends that go to this book launch event, and it's very clear that she's had this other friendship that has fallen to shreds, and they're no longer friends at all. She is at the book launch, and she feels really, the main character that we're reading about feels really sick about the fact that she's just like locked eyes with her old friend, and it sounds like it was quite a heavy friendship breakup, because it ended quite violently, and one of them was like lying on the floor in a pool of blood and stuff, so we're not sure what's happening there yet, but it sounds very intriguing. What I like about it so far is it's about writers and authors, and as you know, an indie author myself, that kind of thing absolutely fascinates me. And there's a part in chapter 1 where the main character that we're reading about in chapter 1, she's saying, like, I wonder what it would feel like to hold my book, my finished published book, in my hands for the first time, and it's just the most glorious feeling in the world. Like, there's so much blood, sweat and tears that get poured into a book that you've worked on, so yeah, just I think I can just relate to that quite a lot. So even though it was, you know, not a lot happened in the first chapter, I feel like it's a book that I could really, really relate to. But before I decide that that's the one that I'm going to pick up, let's see if this one woos me even further. So I've just finished the prologue of Secluded Cabin Sleep 6, and the writing is so different from Julia Bartz' The Writing Retreat. Lisa Unger's writing in this book particularly, I think I've read one or two of her other books. Crazy Love You, I think, was the first, which I really liked years ago, but it's been a long time since I've read anything by this author. In this book, her writing just seems quite lazy in a sense, like words seem to be missing, and I'll tell you what I mean. Like the end of the prologue, it's quite a sexy scene, so apologies, but she's about to basically give her husband head, and it says Hannah, he says, voice just a moan. Not like Hannah, he says his voice just a moan, or his voice is just a moan, or, you know, something like that. It's just like voice just a moan. To me, it just reads a little bit lazy, like she's missing words out, and the whole first bit of that book that I've just read, all the sentences seem to be missing words to make the sentences shorter, and that kind of irritates me a bit. It's kind of like what was that book? Is it Beth O'Leary, the Flatshare, with one of the characters who he just spoke quite robotically. It's the same kind of style of writing that I'm not sure I really connect with. I mean, the story itself is about this family from the prologue so far, and you know, Christmas has just been, they've had Christmas dinner, and they think that all the presents and stuff is over. The family's like snoozing and sleeping and getting drunk and stuff, and then the dad finds a bunch of boxes behind the Christmas tree, so he's like, oh, what's this? And they're a bunch of origin boxes, so where you can like kind of give in a sample of your saliva or your blood or something, and then they get sent off for analysis, and you can find out a whole bunch of history about yourself. So he has found these boxes, and everyone's saying they don't know where these boxes have come from. No one's owning up to putting them under the tree. They're signed from Santa Claus. So everyone's just like, okay, well, someone is obviously playing a joke on us. Some of them don't seem to be interested in, you know, participating in this project of finding out more about their family history. They find it quite invasive. So yeah, they're like, the family seem quite dysfunctional, as most families do. The mother is an absolute drunk and not very nice to the daughter-in-law of one of the sons, and yeah, so far it's okay. It's led to believe that the brother has a job that's quite stressful, and he's booked a holiday home for 6 months' time, and he's kind of pressing everyone to confirm with him that, you know, they're going to make it and stuff. So I'm gathering that's the Secluded Cabin, that's Sleep 6, so that will be coming up. Overall, I can't say that I was that enamoured by Secluded Cabin Sleep 6, and to be honest, I just feel like the writing retreat is the way that I'm going to go, which is slightly annoying because of it being more chunky and heavy and hard back to carry with on holiday, but I just feel like that's one that I'm going to be able to just fly through and kind of enjoy by a poolside rather than Lisa Unger's book. So that's the one I've decided to go for. Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed by the prologue of this one, because it is a book that I have been wanting to read for so long. But I guess we'll see how we go. I'll definitely be reading it, and I might pack it anyway as backup in case I get through the other book quickly, as it is a full week. And because of Bibby, we will not be it's not really the kind of holiday where we're going to be out and about exploring and walking around loads. It's more just a pure relaxation trip to have a proper rest before a baby comes and changes our lives forever in the best way possible. But we're very well aware that sleep and rest is probably not going to be something that we have much of for a while. So yeah, we're going to enjoy it while we can. But yeah, so that's me for now. I'm gonna go get ready for my birthday. I hope you're all well, and let me know if you've read any of these books in the comments down below, which one you enjoyed, if any of them are on your TBR, anything like that. I always love to know. But I'll talk to you soon. Bye.